Hello, everyone. It's Stephen Whiteside here from theuptrend.com with your morning market outlook for Wednesday, July 29th, 2026. Before we get to the markets, I want to just do a little housekeeping. On Friday, the uptrend got hacked and we had our website stolen for a few days. And as of this morning, we have it back. Now, when I say the website, this website, which is the public website, this website doesn't have any customer information. You can't log into it. It's an information and a reference site. It's a marketing site, really, and it is separate from our member site, which is this one here. This site here has username and password information, of course. It doesn't have any credit card information or anything else on it. We made sure of that. So if this site got stolen, yeah, they'd have your email address, but they've got your email address from a lot of other places as well. So your email address is essentially public. It's your username and password that is usually private, and we try to make sure that the passwords on the uptrend are unique to other sites. Right now, we have control of the uptrend again. It was forwarding to a Japanese retail site, and we, of course, do not think that Japanese retail site was actually real. It was probably a front for something, or it just tried to steal Japanese customers' credit card information. We have no idea, but it's been stressful working with Cloudflare and AWS. AWS, you have a lot of interaction with AI, and it's a trick to try to get AI to give you the information you need and to stop it talking to you like you're another AI. So that has been an interesting experience over the last couple of days. But as of this morning, we have the uptrend back in our control. Now, today should be an interesting day in the market. We've got a new Fed chairman coming out to speak this afternoon, and he's been playing his cards very close to his chest, hasn't been giving any information whatsoever about what he might do today. And so here we are waiting to see how a new Fed chairman handles things. Now, in the pre-market this morning, stock index futures are mixed. The Dow had a big up day yesterday, giving some of that back this morning. The Nasdaq moving up on the morning. No, not a major move there. Commodities are mixed with crude oil up while gold is down. Now, we got to witness one of Trump's pump and dump schemes once again over the weekend. And of course, he is institutionalizing this pump and dump scheme. You can pay $100,000 if you want to get ahead of the pack. So if you want to be involved in his pump and dumps for $100,000, you can get information a little farther ahead than the public gets it, and you can get in there and squeeze a little bit more profit out of these trades. Here's where we closed on Friday. You can see the big gap up on Monday, and we continued higher that day, and then the pump was over, the dump came, and everybody who got in on Friday got out, and so we came right back down. So we had a bunch of sell signals from Friday's trading action, and I told you to wave those off on Monday morning, and let's see where the market ended up. And we got right back down to where we started. We can eventually we took those trades, and so here we are coming into Wednesday's trading action with the futures being mixed. Now, crude oil has come down over the past couple of days. That's part of the dump scheme. And of course, there's no relationship between this chart and what's going on in the world when we talk about crude oil. What's going on in the Middle East has been accelerating over the past few days. More things are getting bombed. Nothing has really stopped. And then, of course, what's going on with Russia and Ukraine is starting to spread. More countries are getting involved. This is all getting out of control, but we are coming up to a U.S. election. We are seeing a lot more market manipulation at the present time. Now, gasoline has come down over the past couple of days. It's still on a buy signal here. That could change on Wednesday. Then looking at energy stocks, the TSX has not generated a daily sell signal yet. Individual energy stocks have. In the U.S., we now have a new sell signal for the XLE ETF as of Tuesday's close. Now, it's still all about chips, and South Korea has been coming down. It was down 6% yesterday. Overnight, it was down another just under 6% on the day. And so the Korean market continues to move lower as those huge cap chip stocks continue to sell off. Here's the semiconductors in New York. We made a new low for this move yesterday. There is SanDisk. It was down over 14% yesterday. It's down slightly in the pre-market this morning, but not a major sell-off so far. I'm watching NVIDIA closely. It's back below $200. Next target to the downside is 187.50. Looking at the NASDAQ 100, we made a new low yesterday. We're starting to break away from the 687.50 level. Our next target to the downside on the daily charts is 656.25. And then, of course, we talked about 625 as not only a daily target, but a weekly target as well. Now, yesterday, while the NASDAQ was down on the day, just under 1%, 60 stocks on the NASDAQ 100 were up on the day, while only 42 were down. Unfortunately, those 42 are those big cap stocks. So the Bear ETFs continue to move higher, and while the NASDAQ was down just under 1% yesterday, in Toronto, the ETF was up 1.89%. In New York, it was up 2.85%. So the difference between a 2x and a 3x ETF. Now, there was some winners on the NASDAQ, of course. Workday was the big winner. And so here's a stock that I didn't think was still in play, but here we are. Second day of a buy signal for Workday, making a new high for this move. Now, one of the problems that the market has is, of course, we're very top heavy in big cap tech stocks. Now, here's a list of the 10 most valuable companies, and here's something interesting. Eli Lilly has pushed out Berkshire Hathaway to be the 10th on this list, and the first 9, of course, are NASDAQ 100 companies, and if they're moving down, then it's really hard for the NASDAQ 100 to be moving higher if those stocks are moving lower. Eli Lilly, third day of a buy signal, moving up towards the recent high. Looking at the VIX for the NASDAQ, the Russell, and the S&P 500 are all on buy signals right now, and they all had inside days on Tuesday, so a day of indecision. Looking at the U.S. market, just want to look at the Dow. It is back on a buy signal here, and Sherwin-Williams was the big winner on the Dow. One of the reasons it was up so much yesterday, gapping higher. So it's not a stock I've ever followed, but it looks like it surprised the market yesterday. We do have IBM back on a buy signal as of Tuesday's close, and then Coca-Cola, another consumer staple stock, gapping higher on Tuesday. Looking at the Canadian market, new high for the TSX 60, and the next target to the upside, if we can continue higher from here, is 54.69. For the Vanguard Canada ETF, the next target is 73.44. Now, here's something I want you to think about. We do have the TSX financials up at the top of the panic zones here. They've been here for a while. The ETF is back on a buy signal as of Tuesday's close. The bank stock's not there yet. Now, while we've been watching the bubble in the AI sector develop north of the border, I think we also have to consider that the Canadian banking sector is also developing a big bubble. And I don't know when that bubble is going to pop, but this is as good as it's going to get. It's not the time and place to put money into the Canadian banking sector, that's for sure. And the road ahead doesn't look very smooth given what's going on in the Middle East and what's going on in the rest of the world. I would imagine things are going to slow down, and at some point, investors are going to want to take money off the table. That certainly has not started on Wednesday morning, but it's something to consider going forward. Okay, folks, that is all for this morning's presentation. Stock index futures have moved down since I started the presentation, and we have all sectors trading lower. Have a great day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Thursday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theuptrend.com.